Yeah, the opening kickoff was obviously pretty impressive. I mean, it seemed like as soon as you caught the ball, it looked like you were going to have a chance to take it. What was kind of like the blocking scheme? How did that all set up?
So I want to appreciate Coach Weber. Coming in as a new special teams coach, I want to appreciate him for coming up with a good game plan this week. He did say like we was gonna have one good return because it was cold. It was a cold weather today, so he was like we was gonna have one good return. He said once we get that one opportunity, take advantage of it.
And I don't know how much does that kind of set the tone on the side?
It set the tone of the game. Like the team was hyped. We got the whole momentum of the whole game. So that momentum took us throughout the whole game. We finished the game.
Everyone always wants to talk about the offense or the defense, but how nice is it to have special teams be so consistent on this team?
We take special teams very seriously. We've been taking it seriously since spring. So I feel like that's one of the most important things on the field because that's what flips the field. So we did a good job today at that, not only on kickoff return, on all units today. So I want to say a shout out to all the special teams units.
Let's say Max had mentioned that you guys take it week by week. You're not looking in the past, you're not looking ahead, but just obviously to come back home, win in this fashion. Just how meaningful is that for you guys?
It's good. We just gonna keep our head down. The job's not finished. We gonna keep working. There's a lot of stuff that we need to work on. So let's go. We still on this ring.
Anything else? Sorry. Anything else for track plays?
I mean, several fumbles tonight. Was that? I guess what was were they hitting hard? Were we not holding on to the ball?
No, we just made our own mistakes. They didn't do nothing. We made our mistakes on our own self. So we just gotta go back in the lab and just fix them.
Thanks, Jeff.
Pretty impressive showing by the defense tonight. All 13 points came on very, very short drives. I don't know how much do you kind of embrace the action and the weather and all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you see it snowing out there, and I mean, before the game it was a complete blizzard out there, so we were like, it's going to come down to it's going to be a defensive game, and we were in that mindset going into it, and we were able to help out the offense on a night where they needed it.
I mean, you're from Indiana, obviously it's not a warm weather place. Do you enjoy playing in this type of conditions?
Yeah, I mean, this just reminds me of we went to 2 state championships in high school, so late in the season, every one of the games you're playing in is freezing cold and it's snow. So yeah, it just kind of always reminds me of those games.
What were you thinking when you saw just a blizzard come out of nowhere like an hour before the game?
I mean, I was excited. I mean, everybody was excited. We were all yelling. We were turned. The defense was like, okay, it's gonna be a defensive game, a lot of running. So yeah, we were really excited. I wish it would have snowed like that the whole game.
Just for you guys to continue this run, obviously getting into this midweek action portion of the season now, just what does it do for you guys to pick up a win here at home and kind of continue this run that you guys are on?
Yeah, I think we just got to keep taking it 1 week at a time, keep preparing. We got a good formula right now, and if we just keep taking it 1 week at a time, I think we can, keep coming out of these weeks with 1-0.
Obviously proud of our team. Resilient win again. Tough weather night. Some ebbs and flows of the game as there always is. I thought our special teams up until the block punt was excellent throughout the course of the football game. Some really key defensive stops throughout the course of the game. Good to create some turnovers, and then offensively, some bright spots, a lot of yardage gains in the first half, but the turnovers are going to stick, like a knife in my side here. So, got to get those things corrected, got to get those things fixed, and have a good week as we prepare for this next one. But like I said, it's hard to win games in our league and consistently do it. And happy that our guys got another one, and we'll continue to press on here. So with that being said, I'll take your questions.
Yeah, I mean, the opening kickoff, how much does that, I mean, you're at home already too, but just kind of the setting the tone.
Well, I mean, I think that, what you don't see is that Buffalo's got an extraordinary kicker who puts the ball in the end zone quite a bit. And I don't know if he just mishit it or if it was the snow, the weather, and the cold, but, that landed at about the 5. And, I think week to week, it's really a balancing act on time spent in the kicking game on what you really emphasize. If you feel like you can get home and block a punt, like you spend time blocking a punt, working on punt block, or you spend time on, setting up returns and things like that. So when you play a great kicker, you assume the ball is going to go out of the end zone quite a bit, and when it doesn't, you get an opportunity, you got to take advantage of it. And those guys did a really good job, got it blocked up. Jerwan Newton got through there and got a great block on the kicker. And when Jock's in the open field, it's hard to catch that guy.
I mean, you guys were up 14-0 with 36 seconds of possession time. I know obviously there's basically the whole game is still left, but I don't know what kind of goes through your mind when those things just bang bang come on.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's football it's a long game. I mean, it's same. I view it the same as a guy gets hot in the first half of a basketball game. You know what I mean? The shooting percentages are usually going to balance themselves out. I thought that it would be critical all week long. I mean, we harped on all week long taking care of the football, and really, we let them back in there because we turned it over and did the same thing a couple times. We had a chance to really put the game away, and we didn't do it in the second half in the fourth quarter and made it a little more interesting than what it needed to be. But give Buffalo credit. They're defensively, they fly to the football. At times they do a better job trying to take the ball away than they do actually tackling guys, and it's been a recipe to keep them in football games all year long. I mean, the safety got another interception tonight. I mean, I think he had 3 in one game. I think it's against Central. So he's a good player, and they do a good job making concentrated effort of taking the football away. And they got us a couple times.
How much did you think special teams kind of offset your guys' turnovers? I mean, I know you had the punt was blocked, but I mean, you had the return. Duran pinned them several times. Quinion blocked the punt. I mean, you guys were really good on special teams tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I think, obviously hidden yardage, and we'll get into all that when we get into the tape, but I mean, being able to flip the field and making, our defense is hard to drive the ball against when you have to go 95 yards. It's really any defense is hard to do that against. So, when you can put the offense in a really tight situation like that, and the field position gets flipped, it's certainly to your advantage. So, I'm as aggressive as anybody is when going on fourth down, and you know how I feel about playing well offensively and that kind of thing. So, but you got to do what's best for your team and smart there in those situations, and we were able to pin them down. And Jerwan made a couple of good catches there to get the ball down. Then Amelia did a good job placing the punts in the corner, and just like it's been coached up. Coach Weber's been awesome all year long at getting guys prepared, and putting them in position to be successful. And when it starts to look like it starts to produce itself on game day, the kids really start to have a higher buy-in value because they see the work that they put in all week long, and it comes to fruition on game day. That's a great feeling for those kids and for that unit, because to win a championship, you got to be good in all 3 units.
This was personally your first win against Buffalo. It also snapped the 3-game skid against the Bulls. Is there just kind of an extra sense of getting the monkey off your back with this team specifically?
Somebody reminded me of that coming off the field. Thanks again for reminding me again. No, I don't look at it like that. I just, they all count as one. They're one at a time. And, we have a societal challenge to live in the now, and it's no different for our 18 to 22-year-old men in our locker room, and we'll have to continue to do that as we continue on the path. And, regardless, I've said this before, yesterday's home runs don't win today's games, and they certainly don't lose them either. So you got to make sure that you stay in the now, you prepare for each team the same, and make sure that you stack good days. And our team's been able to do that to this point in time, and that's going to be critically important here as we move forward.
You mentioned the turnovers. How do you tactically address those from a practice standpoint of whether it's something the defense is doing or something the guys are doing now that it's kind of appearing to be a trend?
Well, I promise you it's being addressed. I can that I do know. So we'll continue to address it, coach it how I know how to coach it. And, I don't know. We do the same drills that we've done in years past, and apparently those aren't working. So we got to figure out how to do a better job with it and get them off the tape.
On the flip side,
when you come out now before the game and it's a complete blizzard, what's going through your mind? Are you thinking this was not in the forecast? What the hell is this?
Well, I think I'm kind of like Max, and I would have thought man, this is going to be really cool. My second thought would take me back to about 2003 or 4, being the offensive coordinator, the wide receiver coach, and the facilities guy at Mount Union for a playoff game, and having to shovel the field at that time about an hour before kickoff, and then painting hashes on the lines because the brushes from the turf had rushed all the paint off the field. So yeah, excited to play in the snow, but very thankful it wasn't back at Mount Union in the role I was in there. So, but a really great energy in our locker room. I thought that kind of brought some juice, and that kind of started we started that way. We started hot, you know what I mean? So maybe Mother Nature had a plan for us. I don't know.
I think it's been since 1983, not since 83, that a Toledo team has won more than 8 games in a row in the regular season, or in the season. Kind of puts in perspective the era you guys are in right now. Not to speak of those societal challenges you mentioned, but as it gets deeper into the year, is there an appreciation, and it's even talked about the incredible opportunity you guys have to, I mean, we could look back 50 years from now and say, wow, 2023, that was a hell of a season. I mean, you guys certainly set the table for something special.
Well, I think where people miss is everybody sets the destination, right? Everybody sets where they want to go. Everybody sets this is going to be the pinnacle where the journey ends, and then the disconnect goes all the way back to the starting point, right? Like where from the destination to the beginning, like if you count backwards, where does the mishaps happen? And again, I think that's a lack of focus and lack of attention to the now and being in the moment. And man, oh man, do we remind our kids daily, hourly of what the importance of that is. And you know, the thing that for me it's cool about this whole thing is what these guys are going through right now, and they want to be exceptional at football. Like this is what it takes to be an exceptional man in society, to be a real husband, a real father, and to do those things. And I think this is really cool because this is life teaching for these young people, and it's good to watch them go through it. It's good to have them have some adversity. Does that make my hair grayer a little bit? Sometimes it does, but man, oh man, to watch them fight and go through adversity really makes you proud, and really makes you confident in what they're going to be as human beings when they leave here.
The defense had some timely turnovers tonight. Just your thoughts on them coming up big once again?
Yeah, I mean, I thought we got, the ball comes out a little bit flat with their quarterback from Buffalo, and we made a point of emphasis to get hands up this week, and we got a couple tip passes. We had a couple more that, that we were close to being intercepted. They're huge. They're momentum swing plays, and that's why I make such a big deal about them and so disappointed about them offensively, just because I know the magnitude and the impact they have on the game. So, they're huge plays, and our defense continues to step up in key moments and make them.
It seemed like anytime you need a big catch, Anthony came down with it tonight. Just how is he continuing to build within this offense?
Yeah, he's coming into his own. I mean, obviously, I was very disappointed about losing Lenny Cool at the beginning of the season, just because I thought that he'd worked so hard and had showed me so much through the offseason of what he was gonna do this year, and very quietly Anthony Torres was doing the same thing, and that's what you're seeing right now. So it's really good to watch really good people get rewarded for their work, and man, oh man, that guy's as first class as a young man as there is, and his work is for the world to see now, and that's really cool.
Anything else for Coach?
Just one more thing. You guys only had 53 plays tonight, which obviously not very many. But you still, 12 of those went for more than 10 yards. You had 6 passes over 15 yards. Like, did you still feel like there was always the chance to have a big play? So,
well, I mean, I think it comes back down to, so you have 53 plays and you gain 350 yards offense. Well, you're 3 of 10 on third down. You get 3 or 4 more third downs like we had been at the beginning of the season, and now you're at 450 yards and 70 plays. You know what I mean? There's just, how do you extend drives? How do you continue to give yourself opportunities to get more? You don't turn the football over and you get 6 or 8 more plays there. You know what I mean? So what are the things that are just chipping away and waiting for the iceberg to break? Like, you got to take that stuff off the tape. You know what I mean? And we got to do a great job as coaches and as players of addressing it and understanding that you can't live at a championship level, and that's where we want to be.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, guys.